Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Asgard here. Welcome back to another video for Conqueror's Blade, published by Forest Interactive and My Games. We had a very cool stream just this Monday, though I won't be covering anything that was really said during the stream, mostly because it's kind of like future things that could happen, but we don't know exactly the time line for it. And honestly, I didn't really find anything that terribly interesting. A lot of how to say quality of life. Some things for like special colors for your own squad or volume control for units, hero command, or like something like that. I'm not sure how complex it's going to be, but like yeah, those kinds of things. Anyway, we have the update log for May 16th. Obviously, we have the 12:30 to 15:30 UTC plus 8, regular 3 hours. We got 8,000 bronze coins, 300 honor, 15 unit medals as compensation. Did look like a very short and very boring update log. We have event notice. So, of course, the um, Kitsune Kagura event ends. At the end of the Kitsune Kagura event, Kitsune Mask and Kunais will be reclaimed at 50 bronze coins each. Very stingy of them. So, adjustment and optimization. Territory wars. So, adjustments to G versus G. So, guild versus guild map of Haojin. Adjusted the spawn point mechanism for attackers. The spawn point will only be ability and change will only be available and change after fully capture the point. I'm assuming when it says fully capture the point, they mean the X point, so the middle point. I did hear about this. I'm not really very privy to the territory wars, but I did see someone complaining about it in like the feedback section where attackers would literally start spawning the moment that the flag started ticking towards in their favor, not being fully capped, by the way. Um, as long as, how to say, as long as the attackers started the capture. Okay, so like there are two phases to like the starting the capture. So there's like the initial capture, which can be interrupted and stuff, and then there's the continuous capture. So it's just like, um, oh man, basically it's like a changeover phase. So it's just like you capture the flag, but it hasn't switched over to your side yet, so it's not fully locked in, kind of thing. And obviously, if it gets interrupted, it just flips. It flips right back. Um, but yeah, would have been an interesting bug. I can't imagine that like enemy floods in, beats you up, you try to push them out, the X points just gets captured, and all of a sudden, like, they start coming in much, much, much harder. I think that would be good. Honestly, I think that it would be a positive change for Territory War. I think being trapped outside, unable to capture the X point for like it takes a whole minute for that to flip over. And not only does it flip over in a minute, but like attackers in this scenario, I mean, probably defenders and attackers in this scenario have a very long way to travel. Um, defenders slightly less so because they have a lot of avenues inside um, the map to kind of like feed troops through, while the attackers don't really have very many options. They need to kind of push through the X point and just like keep pushing the defenders back off of it. But yeah, honestly, I think it would be positive. I think it would make it much more difficult for how to say defenders just crumpling attackers at like the gate or something. Um, so yeah, but that's just my opinion there. Like honestly, territory war is outside my expertise now. I haven't played Territory Wars for at least 5 seasons, I would say. So almost a year. Um, Achievements. Oh wait, hang on. Fix the absence of collision effects on guild versus guild buildings in housing buildings. Probably probably referring to field camps. Not sure what the field camps has anything to do with collision because I don't remember any collision. So, hmm, interesting. More things that I don't know about. A lot of territory war related things, which makes me wonder when the territory war implementations are going to be pushed out. We did, well, I say we, there was a PTR test for the new territory war implementation, but I think it might be, I don't think it'll be rolled out until next season. They'll probably roll it out to one of the test servers or like, we have Khan as the newbie server, so next season's probably going to have another newbie server. Excalibur could be just integrated with one of the existing servers. I think integrating I think integrating LA, DI, and JC into one server and then have Excalibur as a new server would be a much better choice. Um, if anything, and then eventually Khan would get absorbed into Excalibur, probably absorb in another server. Yeah, you kind of whatever. That I'm just kind of rambling. So, achievements. New achievements for season units unlocked for the Paragon to Dragon Rise season. The corresponding achievement will be unlocked automatically for warlords who meet the requirements for after the maintenance. Interesting. The requirements for Supreme Commander has been adjusted. It has been changed for unlocking all units to unlocking all units in Unit Tree, including mercenaries. Mass replenishment. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Mass replenishment of kits with bronze coins. Implemented a one-click resupply feature in Warband builds, allowing players to replenish uh, units kit using bronze directly from the interface. Oh, okay. Is that just like it's probably just units in the warband, so unfortunate that you can't just do a whole barracks thing, but in terms of UI space and stuff, I think that's a good implementation part. We get not the best not the best option, but we got kind of like a half. What you really want to focus on is just like you get your warband out, ready, one click replenishment. So that's good. That's fine. But I'm really am hopeful that if they do go with the territorial implementations, that they do fully remove kit cost for for match made sieges and stuff. That will be amazing. Honestly, absolutely shouldn't be important. Should not even be a thing for regular sieges and stuff. The fact that like right now I feel like the Unikit drain is kind of insane. Like last week after the update, I was almost losing a kit every game. In my experience, a good middle ground is well, like too little loss basically makes it impossible for my bronze not to increase. Um, would be like I lose a kit every 3 times my unit gets completely wiped out. If my unit gets wiped out twice, normally losing a kit then would be okay. But yeah, um, in general, like I think bronze and thing like an on a economic level like shouldn't be like even a factor. Shouldn't even be even bothered with. They're just really badly implemented economy things. Silver also really badly implemented economy thing. Like all of these currencies are just really bad because getting it is easy, accumulating it is difficult. Very easy to kind of like just have random stuff just be a sink, but there's no point in having sinks because like the sinks that they well no not point in not having sinks, but like the sinks they implement are just really irritating because in order to get bronze, you need to use units, and using units and getting them killed will make you lose kits, which make you lose bronze. So you get somehow a net negative even in the most mundane things. Like early on, especially early on in the season, where we have the tier log, we get like tier threes trying to clear out a bandit camp, and we just simply can't because the tier threes are just absolutely garbage against the tier fours. Um, there is like that is just like how I see it anyway. There really should be a redux for most of the mechanics in the game, but I don't think you can really do anything without doing massive overhauls. So yeah. But yeah, still a good thing. Warband, you build your warband. Oh, got some unit kits missing. Bam! Click that button. Hopefully it works. Hopefully we don't. Um, Again, I wished we had a barracks click all. Again, I love just chopping and chaining my warband, but for those of you that just has one warband, they'll use a warband regularly. Yeah, absolutely fine. Bug fixes and optimization. Fix the issue where the gate became unbreakable when soldiers pushing the battering ram were interrupted while the gate was open. Wow. Interesting. That is an interesting thing. That it was an actual set of circumstances and not certain maps. I thought it was certain maps, but apparently, reading this, you just needed to make the battering ram stop briefly in order for the gate that is open now to not be destroyed. But if the gate was opened and the battering ram didn't stop, it would probably be destroyed. But again, maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. But anyway, I do think that getting the battering ram to the front gate should automatically destroy the gate. It is shouldn't have ever been a bug where the gate just simply doesn't die when you get the battering ram to it because the gate is very powerful. Closing that gate as the attackers, keeping that gate alive. I mean, sorry, keeping that gate alive as the defenders can be a very powerful tool, especially on maps where the control for the gate is on the ground. Classic example, White Elk Fort. That control is on the ground. I spent an entire battle with smacking the gate because every time our team attacks, no one spawning could get through the gate. So we just died. And then we just got picked off one by one as our numbers dwindled, and no one could get in because the gate was closed. And we couldn't destroy the gate because they were really on point with making sure the gate was not destroyed. But every time we attacked from other angles, the gate was closed for people at the front gate. So it was just maddening. Anyway, fix the issue of abnormal immunity in combat dismount in the force. Wait, what? Fix the issue of abnormal immunity in combat dismount in the four set effect of Glaive Royal Century. Does that mean abnormal immunity, as in like there's no immunity, or he has immunity too long? Because from my understanding, the four set effect of the Glaive Epic Armor sets gives them 2 seconds of CC immunities when they use the dismount skill. So who knows? Fix the issue where the cooldown of Wu Wei Manchingars remained after killing an enemy with brutal sweep. Wait, hang on. Fix the issue where the cooldown of Wu Wei Mansion Guard remained after killing an enemy with brutal sweep. I think okay. So this is a little bit wonky of how like I think these things work because if you spam if you spam the abilities too fast, you will make it so that you can't get the something soul crushing claw or something. The first ability has a cooldown for every kill. So you hit that button, do Brutal Sweep, and then Brutal Sweep will kill people, and then you activate that ability, and then Brutal Sweep again too fast. It would cause the ability to not go on cooldown when stuff died with Brutal Sweep or whatever. It was weird, but like that only occurred when you spam the ability too fast. And again, I mean, I hate the fact that they have a cooldown reset for kills. That should have stayed a Sengoku thing. I honestly think it would have been so much better if Sakura Onslaught had a much higher cooldown, but had cooldown reduction on kill. I think the charge should have been included. I think as well for the Ronin, the charge should have been included for um, the the charge should have been included for cooldown on reset, and definitely think that uh, the idle strike should have been a should have been some kind of like sprinting ability. Like definitely should have been able should they should have had a much better engagement with the idle strike. It's just a bit clunky when it does come out. You have to be right up against stuff, and I get it. Like I well, I mean that's how I see it. Like yeah, I just think that this season's unit has been really just rubbing me the wrong way. I don't like tier 4s. I love the tier 5s, but I don't like how powerful they are. I mean, I don't like the tier 4s because of how they changed it and how we don't even use some of the cooler stuff. I mean, not some of the cool stuff, but like I don't want to use brutal. I don't want to see them in brutal swipe all the time. I want them to use their overwhelming stance. Their overwhelming stance is amazing. It's strong as hell as well. Um, the like soul crushing claw thingy, the number one ability, it has a really long name, and I refuse to remember it for some reason. Um, number one ability, pretty decent, but like it's a bit clunky. It's really great though. Like it does well at dealing damage. Does a knockback at the end. Obviously, the healing rate is out of control, and I think it should be removed, considering how much damage they do. But whatever at this point. And of course, it's a cool unit. The Xianjia Heavy Cavalry is a cool unit, but it's just OP as hell. Cavalry has been OP in design for ages, and generally they have been very either kills everything or kills nothing. There's been a lot of like, oh, cavalry useless, never bring them. Oh, cavalry is so strong, always bring them because they'll solve all your issues. And it's just like you can never get that middle ground because cavalry effectively counters everyone that's not anti-cavalry. And that's just it. If you're not anti-cavalry, you'll get ran over. Lancelots are very strong, they get ran over. Zweihanders are very strong, they get ran over. Uh, Iron Reapers are very strong, they get ran over. Even though that like Imperial Arquebusiers and probably Kriegsrat are technically anti-cav, um, if you're not shooting in their direction as they're running towards you, they will just murder you. Like, again, like it is easy for ranged units to kind of gun down cavalry as it approaches, as long as they're just shooting in the cavalry's general direction. And I mean, like, this quite sincerely, like, I've just shot at cavalry using the area attack mode with like ranged units. I say ranged units, but like I'm using rattan marksman in this case, and I would kill the whole unit before it even reaches me. But then again, rattan marksmans are OP, so the slow was probably doing most of the work. I just I just don't like I just don't like the gameplay right now. It's so whack. I mean, I want the game to become more clear as well. They've got a lot of effects that are going on that like unless you know what's happening unless you memorize the stats or the effects. You don't even know what's happening. You look at a Medal and you're just like, oh my goodness, this Medal, it just got one-shotted. And then all of a sudden it just like it stands there for a few seconds and you're just like, oh my god, this Medal, it's so strong, it won't die. I'm literally doing minimal damage. What happened? The guy earlier was literally just like one-shotting these Medals. Yeah, because their armor went from being like 800 to like some 2300 or something. It's just like I don't like a lot of these unclear and un unknowable things just from looking at it. You can't tell when a Madao has its armor buff. You can't tell when a unit is has a debuff. Like the Shield Maiden debuff and the I call them Royal Janissaries a lot. The Silidars debuff, very unknowable. You don't even know you're dealing less damage. That's how difficult it is to see. And I mean, like, although I love the fact that these units have these tools, I dislike the fact that I there's no way of me seeing that unless I know that the effect, how long the effect lasts, and I saw the effect hit. So, yeah. Anyway, I haven't even read out the rest of this, and I'm just rambling on again. Fix the issue where dismount attacks for some weapons were lost due to high terrain difference. Again, that happens to me a lot. I would be like on the siege tower, longsword, do the dismount. I hit the ground above air, but then do a sudden drop, and I was just like, oh, all of a sudden my attack disappeared. Fix the issue where some tasks could not be completed in Aliang. Alright, didn't see that. Probably some of the newer tasks, so like newbie, some are probably newbie quests or something. Fix the issue of abnormal unit model using during the U display. I mean display in U. Hmm, not sure what that refers to in particular, but I do know that some units have like some texture issues on certain random gens or just like certain presets. Fix the issue of audio and visual effects being absent in legendary weapon attire Sanguinius Star. I think that's the longbow legendary. Can't really remember. Not Sang guitar. I mean, like, it's an English word and I can't even say it. Fix the issue of client crashing when exiting the game. Happens occasionally. I crash a lot in loading screens right now for some reason. No idea. Heroes and unit becomes semi-transparent in the siege, siege engines and artillery POV. I mean, mm, I experienced this bug. I think I know what they're referring to, but it's just like it's not that they turn semi-transparent. It's that I can see an outline of them through walls. So especially on the wall, sometimes I can see heroes and units outlines when I'm shooting an artillery at them. And I've actually managed to like kill Falconettis because I can see the outline because of that. But yeah, um, upsetting that we didn't get very many big changes this week. We did get a Steam, well, we did get a stream. Um, it was kind of nice. Kind of addressed a lot of issues to deal with the merge, but I really do think that hearing about CBL probably restarting, probably the best thing, best showcase for gameplay. If the gameplay, and I say this quite subjectively, if the gameplay is uninteresting to watch, there's something wrong with the gameplay. And I think, like, watching the DNK, Dawn of the New King, that's the Korean tournament that we just had, and it was really boring. Like, it was so fast that I couldn't feel hyped about for anything because there was no build up. people were literally running at each other. When everyone's unit was dead and heroes were fighting each other was the most exciting part. Most exciting part is when heroes are fighting each other, no units. Because every single unit out on the field is just so dominating and so like it flashes back and forth so fast that you don't know who wins until some there is one left standing. But yeah, there are a lot of things that can be improved if they just focus on the good stuff. Artillery as well, just too powerful, like too many, too powerful units. Again, not present in a fight long enough to really set up for a hype moment where both sides are fighting for so long, they're not giving each other an inch, and all of a sudden someone comes around, attacks in the flank, takes out the range unit, takes out the rear guard, just plowing through. All of a sudden, the all of a sudden one of the teams are like fighting a battle on two fronts. They switch some guys on the front to deal with the guys in the rear. All of a sudden, your team, if you're the flanker and stuff, all of a sudden your team pushes forward trying to break through the front line. The front line no longer has enough mass in order to withstand you, and it just completely collapses. I mean, like that was like CBL sometimes. That was some of the like hype moments in tournament. I remember some of these things. Some of the best fights in tournament happened on the wall where infantry literally would come up, face off each other, and stare down each other in a narrow, like basically in a like in a bridge setting, like a narrow alleyway where it was very difficult for you guys to naturally encompass the enemy because both of you would reach like maximum length for like front line. So yeah, great that CBL is coming back. Great that they're doing a lot of quality of life thing. Still, we're still in this hell where balancing is just nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to give me confidence that I I want to play this game. I want to watch this game. It's just not there for me. And as long as it's not there for me, it's just I can only enjoy it very small amounts. I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. But also, it could just be the fact that I'm older, probably just been playing it for too long. Or maybe I'm just being too cynical, pessimistic. But yeah, for a very short announcements, I did ended up making it a very long video. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. But other than that, my name's Azuko. Have a nice day. Bye for now. I did a leg workout, so my legs don't work properly right now.